Welcome back, friends, for another episode of Snow Runner. You will see we are not in Michigan. No, today I decided we are going to get rid of the Kenny C500 twin steer, and we are instead going to go get ourselves the ANK Military Truck. In order to do so, we first need to come in and come to contracts, come down to Blackbird, go to pipe construction, and we need to activate that. With that done, we're going to start our fleet star here, and we are going to run down the road and pick up 2 service spare parts. Where do we pick up the service spare parts? Well, we pick them up from the service hub. Our truck does not have chain tires on it, so it will slide around on the ice, but there's not a lot we can do about that. We do not have chain tires unlocked for this truck, nor do we have them unlocked for our Scout. As you can see, I had the Con Marshal outside. I did not bring the 750 because the 750 is not fully upgraded. And here's our service spare parts. We need 2. And now, let's get our fleet star turned around. I am hoping that once we get to the snowy part where this truck has to go through, that these jack-of-all-trades tires that are on it will be sufficient to get it through. Now, before I sold the C500 twin steer, I did take parts off of it, so we do have parts that we could possibly put on this truck or the ANK. Though if I remember correctly, the ANK is not a very modifiable truck. I do not think it has any frame add-ons. We're going to kick the all-wheel drive in here. This is the sketchy part that I wasn't sure this truck would be able to handle. But with all-wheel drive and jack-of-all-trades tires, it did just fine. And with this, we have fixed the pipeline. We will take that $1,400 and 180 stars. Let's back up and bring this truck back to the garage. as we no longer need it. Our scout will do the rest. Now, for those of you new to the game who may be interested in going after this ANK yourself, you can get it. It is part of the base game if you don't have any of the DLCs. But the issue is that we are literally going to be traversing 3 maps. That may sound like a daunting task, but the longest part of it, let's retain our fleet star. Let's go to our Con Marshal. And once again, I have a set of Jack of all trades tires on here, which is a DLC. But back to what I was saying. The longest part of the traversal of the 3 maps is going to be here in Northport, and then in Pedro Bay, where we have to go to get the truck. Because we have to take side trails to get to the gateway to Mountain, I think it's Mountain Lodge or White Mountain or something to that respect. I would show you on the map where it is, but the map is not exposed. Now we could go straight, but I'm pretty sure there's a rock fall up here. Yes, there is. But we can actually get around that. We are in a scout vehicle, so we are pretty capable. On our way back, we will have to go the long way around. My only worry with Con Marshal is that we may run out of fuel. We haven't gone very far yet, and it's already used 2 gallons of fuel. Okay, we're going to take a pause here at this intersection. And let's take a look. We have a gateway just here. We have a fuel station here. We have another gateway up here. Let's run up to this nearest gateway first and make sure it's not the gateway that we want. It says show details, passage is blocked. Okay. So that's not the gateway we need. Which is a good thing, because that means now we gotta go by the fuel station. The Con Marshal is a good scout vehicle. You can get it right away through a DLC, or you can get it through the Russian maps. I have it because I have the DLCs. I actually have all 4-year passes. So I have all current maps. But I do not personally have all the DLCs. Like, there's a DLC for the Chevrolet Apache pickup truck that was released in the 80s from Chevrolet. I do not have that. There are others that would give me, like, a semi-truck called the Navistar. I do not have that either. My thinking at the time was, why do I need to buy DLCs for trucks when I strictly play the game modded? Well, that was before I started this YouTube channel and before I started playing SnowRunner on the channel. Mountain River is the name of the map we need to cross next. And when I decided to start making a SnowRunner series on the channel, I decided I was going to play with limited mod trucks, but I had to earn the money to be able to purchase the mod trucks. That is not the truck we are going after. So we are going to go ahead and go straight. We will pass, I believe, another fuel station on the way. As well as another service hub. Which, if our truck was damaged, we could get a full repair there. It will not refuel us, but we will stop at the fuel station and and refuel if there is one. Woo! The ice is not our friend, that's for sure. Now, it has been a while since I've been on the Alaskan maps, so please bear with me if I do not remember exactly where I need to go, but I am pretty sure that I do. And yes, we do have another fuel station. So we will kip in here, refuel yet again, and continue on our way. This is the shortest part of our journey across 3 maps. And now we are headed to Pedro Bay. I will see you when we get there. And we are back. As you can see ahead of us, the road is quite canted to the left. So as we start to drive up the road, we want to get our truck off to the right up here. And just try and kind of stay on the snowpack. The road levels out here so we can get back on it, but again it is icy. So we are going to be fighting the ice. This ice is 100% safe to drive on for the most part, other than the fact you can see that the truck is just really sliding. And up ahead is another roadblock. So we are going to cut left here. And the truck will handle a lot better, it should, in this snowy terrain. And we are going to cut right here. Now once again, we are going to cut right. But this time we want to stay to the left. and we want to kind of stay out of the ruts if we can avoid it. Yes, the con is making this a little bit slow, but would it really be fun if it was a fast-paced trail run? Even with the con's flotation type tires? Now, as we come out onto the road here, we want to go right again. And then we want to come up the road. To check our map. Oh, we drove right by it, I think. Nope. We actually went the wrong way. Okay, so let's turn around. So we want to go through that complex over there. Woo! Yeah, we'll just kind of knock into the signs. See, since we stopped at that other fuel station, we have already gone through 5 gallons of fuel. But we do have this big semi-fuel trailer here. Which, if I'm not mistaken, we should be able to refuel from. And we can. So let's continue on our way. So you're going to come straight through that oil field processing unit. You're going to take this back trail. It doesn't look like much of a trail, but it is a trail. And as you follow it, you will see it runs by that pipeline, but it doesn't run straight. And there you see our acquisition. This you just pull up next to, or get close to, and you have discovered the truck and it is now yours. So let's get our con marshal turned around, and we can shut the motor off. We'll change to the ANK. Now bear in mind, this is a military vehicle, so it's already pretty well set up for off-road. As you can see, it's not having a lot of issue with the mud or anything else. We are simply going to back up to the con. And the game is going to fight me and not want me to hook up. So we will just do it manually. Get our camera turned back around. And we will start the journey home. I know it doesn't show very well, but if you look just above the gearbox, you will see that all-wheel drive and diff lock are lit in yellow. That means that with this truck, diff lock and all-wheel drive are always on. So no need to turn it on. Now it is going to go through fuel as it bites through all this mud and snow. There isn't a whole lot we can do about that. Yup. Okay. Well, that's why we towed the con with us. A little trick for newer players. When you're trying to winch over a heavier truck with a lighter truck, use a tree to be a brace. So we want to go here, and we want to connect to the ANK. And just like that, the ANK is back on its wheels. Now we just need to get the con marshal out of here. Oh, that's going to be pretty tight. So let's get the ANK down here a little bit. I am not embarrassed to say that that isn't the first time that I've rolled that truck. With its narrow width wheelbase, it can be fairly easy to roll it. That's why you need to be careful using the ANK. But remember, this truck is fully stock at the moment. We will be able to put wider tires on it, which will widen its stance. And seeing as we are right here, let's go ahead and refuel yet again. Oh, didn't mean to refuel the... Oh, maybe I can't. Let's pull this up a little bit. I should be able to refuel the con. No, I don't want to recover. Source would be the fuel trailer that target the con. There we go. Boy, I'm making mistakes. Please don't mind me, it is late. Or should I say early, as it's 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:30. And now we head back. Only reason I am going to show our way back is because we are not going to be truly going back the same direction. We will on this map, but when we get to the next map, back to Mountain River, no, I'm sorry. Once we get back to Northport, our route's going to be a little different. We will utilize the fuel stations as we come by them. Even though, as you can tell, this doesn't use a lot of fuel. Just double check our map to make sure we go the right way. Not worried about a little bit of engine damage to the con, as it will get repaired once we get back to the garage. Con's gonna do a little fishtailing, that's okay. Now, our route is going to be the exact same on Mountain River as it was getting here. So I will see you guys back on Northport. Okay, friends, so we are back in Northport. Oop. Wow. I thought I had got myself out of the functions tab, but I guess I hadn't. We are going to slow roll down this icy road. And if you remember correctly, there is a fuel station on this road where we will stop and fuel up. Yes, our con took some damage on the stretch with Mountain River, but again, that's okay. We're not worried about it because it'll get repaired once we get back to the garage. Could I just say go ahead and recover the trucks now because we're on Northport? Sure. But then that gyps you guys out of seeing the other route that we could have taken with the Con Marshal on our way out there. So we're going to turn back in here. And once again, we're going to fuel up. All the while costing me money. We're going to come out the same way we left the first time. This time we're going up this path here. Now we will have to be careful, again, with the ANK's narrow wheelbase. We have to be careful not to roll it, which means sometimes turning into the way that it's going to lean. And we'll turn on the cons engine to help. Now we'll shut it off. We got another rise. But the ANK didn't struggle much on that rise. So we'll use the cons assistance while we go through this thick stuff. There you see in the water a mission that we will have to do on this map with that fuel carrier trailer. And if you guys watch from the beginning of the video, you will see we are back to the pipe that we had to fix. So, all in, not a lengthy process to get this truck. You just have to cross 3 maps to do it. And there's our garage. But before we end this episode, I'm going to release the winch on the con here so that we don't bang it into a building as we make this tight turn into the garage. Let's take a quick look at what we can customize on this truck. So, we already have an engine available for it, but that'll cost us 13 grand. And right now it doesn't need it. We have all gearboxes available for it. At the moment, we only have the stock suspension, which will be fine. Tires, we don't want highway, so we can skip over that. All terrains. Oh, well, first let me... Okay, they're not under highway. So the 47-inch are good all around. The 51 inches are locked because of the suspension. So the off-roads are excellent off-road, good in mud and average on the road. And the ones we currently have, as you can see, are only single tire. That's why the truck is so easy to tip. So what we want is we want a set of tires We're going to go ahead and put these 47-inch Jack of all treads ATMD 3s on, which give us dual tires in the rear, which will be better with the balance. And then we have an extended medium winch available. So we'll go ahead and throw that on. And then as you can see, this does not have frame add-ons. That on the left is our tall front-facing snorkel, which we have currently locked. Our stock is like that. And our tall flat cap is like that. Right now, we do not need that. We don't need the chrome sun cap. Front bumper, we could do heavy duty pipe, but we don't need to. Miscellaneous with external horn, beacons and fog lights. Let's throw the beacons and fog lights on. And then for the exhaust, we'll leave it as a side roll. Let's take a look at the rims. So they really don't change much. Then your typical heavy-duty truck rims. See about the camo paints, which are going to be towards the bottom. That's your normal. We got your blue and white, like your desert camo. Now, these kind of bring back memories for me. I am ex-Army. I am an Iraqi war veteran. Looks like a lot of these are going to be repeats. I just wonder if there's any kind of digital camo for this truck. No, it's just pretty much the same camos repeated. So what I think we're going to do with this, if I can find it again, is we're just going to go with the desert camo. Rather than all that eccentric stuff. So we'll go with that. Accessories, we're not going to put anything on the dash. Let's go ahead and retain this. We'll jump outside to our Con Marshal. Which we left running the entire time. And bring that into the garage. We'll go ahead and retain that as well. And with that, I'm going to call this an episode. I hope you enjoyed our rescuing of the ANK, which turned out to be a rescue times 2. If you did enjoy this episode, please hit that thumbs up. Drop a comment. If you want to share this video, feel free. And if you are not yet subscribed, please consider doing so, as it only takes a second and costs you nothing, and it helps out my very small channel. Thank you all very much. I wish you all a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are, whenever you may be watching this. Thank you.